back, guys, to the Unposted Thoughts Podcast. This is episode 8. I'm your host, Adrian.
Co-host Johnny.
And we are back with another episode. Before we get into today's topics, we did want to send our condolences to the victims involved with the Baltimore bridge collapse.
Yeah, it was a very big accident. I saw that it was a cargo ship
that caused it. Yeah. So we want to send our condolences to the people and the people injured, and of course the lives that were lost.
Of course.
They're currently, I believe, still discovering things on a day-to-day basis.
All that debris you had to dig through, and it's a huge bridge.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people not from Baltimore, like I, do not really.
Well, we don't have anything like that in Houston.
Of course, so we don't get the depth of the situation, and luckily, before it went down, the captain of the ship, I read, issued like an SOS. He dropped the anchor, so he did prevent a lot of lives lost. Yes.
Well, he tried to.
Yeah, he tried to, and he was somewhat successful.
So condolences to the lives that were lost, the families that, are feeling this loss. Either, somebody in the family was injured, they lost somebody in that accident. It's very horrific what happened. Another thing that, recently happened, which we want to send our condolences to, are the people involved in the earthquake in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the largest earthquakes.
Yeah. What is it, like 5.7?
I think it was 7.2.
Oh, 7.2, yes.
Okay. So that's insane. 9 people were killed. That's what's been reported. Over 1,000 people were injured in the earthquakes. I think they were saying, what is it called? Aftershock?
Oh, yeah. That's
there
what
was
it's called.
Like 20 something aftershock. So that's like after the earthquake, it's still kind of, you feel it.
Yeah.
Either things are moving.
Of course, and just the dash cams so there's vehicles that have dash cams that are already recording.
They caught a lot of it?
Yeah, I think they caught almost all of it. I'm pretty sure if you go back and look through all these videos, and it's just haunting. Like, imagine your car just swaying like violently. Like, I know we go through bumps and all that, but it's nothing compared to an earthquake of this magnitude.
I wouldn't know what to do.
Of course.
I mean, if, God forbid Texas is ever involved in something like that, I hope it's not to that extent. On a lighter note, well, not really light because it still involves tragedies. Diddy.
Oh.
You want to go over updates on Diddy?
Yeah, I think he was spotted in Miami hanging out.
I like how it's like, that's like our new Sasquatch or Bigfoot. Like, Diddy spotted.
Diddy, the myth,
roaming free,
the
free
rare Diddy.
and clear of charges. I think what's going on is they're still investigating. I know Homeland Security or whatever confiscated a bunch of electronic devices. That's what's reported in the news. Who knows? But from what we've seen on reports is that, the investigation is ongoing. I mean, it definitely sucks for the victims or alleged victims when they see this man just roaming, scotch-free, out in the streets, out and about, riding bikes, dancing at his pool. It's just insane.
And we're probably even continuing, because I know a lot of these people.
Well, that's their lifestyle. They don't.
Yeah, like, especially after they get like a close call, in their perspective, a close call. Like, I almost got arrested. I almost got convicted.
It's almost like it gives them kind of like power,
Yeah, that their ego kind of like it goes up a bit.
Despite like they already feel like they're untouchable. Now
it just adds like to that. Yeah, it's just like I couldn't even imagine being that an alleged victim or a victim of Diddy and just seeing him just enjoying his life like he would any other day.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a slap in the face to the victims. So, well, the alleged victims, I don't want to, confirm anything. I mean, we're just speculating based on what's in the media. But yeah, he's been spotted hanging out. He did not get arrested. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I feel like...
Do you feel like they're coming up with charges, or do you feel like just the power that he has allowed him to not get arrested?
So I do agree with the second part that, of course, money is It's not just, it doesn't have value in currency. That's not the only value it has. It has weight, it has power. And I know we've seen a lot of accounts of it, hush hush money. And I do think
Yeah.
it plays a big, big role in why he hasn't gotten arrested yet. But I also feel like it's more evidence wise. A lot of these people come out, and I'm with it. I want all these victims to come out and speak their truth. But in the court of law, it's just mouth, and it doesn't hold
Well, it's
weight.
it's also who you know. So
Exactly.
again, it's like you said, it's a lot of hush money being thrown at people. So I mean, we'll see where this eventually, where this yellow brick road takes us. But it's upsetting to see.
Oh, very upsetting.
So I wonder how, the victims or family of the victims feel seeing this man just
I feel like they've done with what's already been said and what we've read upon. I feel like the victims are at a loss. They just can't do anything else. Just with all
just
these
hope for the
devices.
best.
Yeah, I'm hoping they find some stuff in those
Yeah.
because it'll just not
I'm sure
only.
I'm sure a lot of people are hoping they don't find them
Oh yeah,
or
I know a lot of people want.
paying to
Yeah,
probably bury them. Um,
it's a lot of people on both sides.
yeah.
People wanted hush
Because
and
if this is the man and with the so-called power, just imagine people he reports to. Everyone's got a boss. I don't care who you are.
yeah,
I really don't care who you could be a bajillionaire. You still everyone reports to somebody.
yeah. And even if it's on the same level, you still report to each other.
Exactly.
And
So
you know,
I wonder who the faces are behind the scenes that are
oh,
kind of, moving the chess pieces.
yeah, I would not want to see or find out personally because if Diddy is such a horrible or with these heinous crimes, imagine just the people he
Well,
speaks to
there's a lot of reports that are saying that like many other A-list people are involved in this
and this
um
thing they did.
sex trafficking scheme or whatever the hell
Yeah,
they've got going on.
it's something like the whole sex traffic chain. Yeah,
Trafficking?
I said it right. I'm sorry. It's just something that a lot of people speak about, but I feel like it's something so big and already established because it's under everybody, a lot of people's radars, especially back in the
Yeah.
day, that it's something so tough to uproot and not just uproot, but to prevent. And
Well, I feel like it's been a thing forever, and it's just like you said, people are now just waking up and kind of smelling the
noticing, yeah,
coffee per
yep,
se.
hmm
But a lot of this is hitting the fan. Like when people say shit's hitting the fan.
it's doing that right now.
A lot of lids are being blown off on several organizations that are involved in that. Several people.
I'm glad.
I'm glad
Yeah,
too.
I'm glad they're being uncovered. They're like a bug under a rock. They just like scurry.
Yeah, but
They
it's
just scurry.
insane if these reports are true that I don't want to name any names, but it's some of your favorite A-list celebrities that are so-called wrapped up in this thing with Diddy or doing the exact same thing on their own account. Again, this is alleged. I do not want us to get sued up here. I'm just alleging what reports we've come across.
Yeah, what we read online, what we've seen online, it's
And
just
it's crazy if this comes out and hits the media on like a general public level where it's like full in the news, it's gonna
it's gonna hit hard.
cause crazy disruption
I
to
I
the
feel like
film industry, the music industry, mainly the music industry, because I'm telling you, it's a lot of y'all's favorites. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
but I feel like once everything gets heaved into truth, I feel like a lot of people will rejoice
What do you mean
because
by that?
like once these people find hard evidence and they get accused, I feel like a lot of us people will rejoice to the fact that they've been discovered, they've been prosecuted, and they're gonna pay for
I
their
do think I
alleged crimes.
I agree with you. I think I mean it's powerful people in music, so I wonder how like do you think Diddy's career is savable at this point?
If these accusations hit, no, because
Well,
one.
There's lawsuits. So in order for there to be a lawsuit and a victorious lawsuit, there has to be evidence.
Yeah, you can't
So
just get there
you can't just win a lawsuit with no evidence, no proof of
yeah.
what's been alleged. So
So
looking at
at
it
this
from that
point, it's already
perspective,
too late for his career. Is what you're hinting at. At this point, it's already too late.
I mean, but this is a powerful person.
Yeah, but I feel
So
like what I've
this is another Epstein case.
okay. Yeah,
So
it just needs time then.
if Epstein did not, you know, unalive himself in prison,
Yeah.
do you think he could have saved himself
Mm,
after that? Say if he were ever to see the light of day again and be free, do you think he could have saved his career, his build his wealth up again?
definitely not. I feel
Um,
like
do you think the people that were involved with him prior to being discovered, do you think they would still want to do business with him or
so. Let's say so. First and foremost, his career. If they do find out, or if they did and he was still alive to this day, is not savable. That's for sure, 100%. And I feel like the people associated, good or bad, will scatter. Not only because the good people don't want to associate and kind of get dirt on their own name, but the bad people are trying to hide. So that's why every person associated would scurry, and he would just if he did confess, he would just stay in where you were. He would do a in jail confession, and then he would just stay
that would
there.
have been a crazy documentary to
Oh,
watch.
definitely. Because I do
Like
see some inmates that done some crazy stuff and they
I
deny
just
it.
love watching inmates like be honest. Like even with the Selena, the Yolanda,
Yeah. Oh, I think they
it's
did
like it's
find her
like
already, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So like when you see these people like being honest about the crimes they committed,
It's haunting for me.
it's crazy to watch. It's almost like they have no remorse, but
Yeah, a lot of
for a
these.
person like me that's like such a like crime junkie, like I like to watch
Yeah,
documentaries, docu-series, limited series on like criminals. I don't know
yeah,
why.
like on the history of criminals, on what they did and how they got up to that point, or even some criminals like what's his name? They did a show on him on Netflix. Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer,
Yeah.
the serial
So
killer.
yeah, so like I'm not sure if you've like heard, but like they did his beginnings, like how he started, and
Oh,
some people like fantasize about how he looks and stuff
I
from
mean, to this day, they say, like if you would kill like a creature, an animal, whatever, that's like a major sign of you being like a
yeah,
psychopath.
their early signs like small. Well, it's not just animals. It's it's specifically defenseless, like your smaller
Yeah,
rodents, birds and stuff, defenseless, and that's what like they
major
say it's a
sign of
yeah.
like freaking being a psychopath and that you're
Hmm.
potentially a serial killer.
Yeah.
But I just think it's crazy everything that's going on with Diddy right now. And then to be scrolling on Instagram and you just see this man riding his bike in Miami,
To be that confident is
it's
just
insane. So I don't know if this is kind of like a spitting in the victims' faces or in the people who filed these lawsuits. It's pretty much like a big fu to
yeah,
them.
it's definitely disrespectful. And if I was him, I would not show my face. And of course, say the truth. I would not want to like hold off a front and try to hide stuff. I would have just been like say his truth. And if it is bad, then just, come clean.
Well, do you think if you would have come clean that there's saving of that career?
No,
I think
not at this point.
this is like a case of somebody's fall from grace, a coup de
Of
grace,
course. Hmm.
as they say, and
I
it's
see. I
just
say it's
crazy
deserved.
because this is not just like your little SoundCloud rapper,
No, he's big.
your little Spotify playlist rapper. This is a person moving the chess pieces. So to
Hmm.
find out that this is the origins of their business or what the hell like they do behind closed doors, to me that's insane. And
Yeah.
again, eager to see how this plays out. Um, other than that, you want to add anything to Diddy?
Well, I just hope all of this gets resolved. Not only in Diddy getting his, I feel like
Everyone?
it's at that point where he kind of like the evidence needs to be true and that he needs to be prosecuted. And not only that, it's to confirm that the victims to get some peace,
Yeah, I
and
feel you on that.
with something that's so like that we don't know much about, something so dark.
I mean, this is what I said last episode. This is another case of Me Too. And it all started in November with Cassie, and we're seeing it play out. But I'm telling you, like, I feel like it's just a big F you to watch him like just
Just
casually
stroll around.
strolling, living life. So if, like you said, these things are true, I want to see a prosecution. I want to see the evidence. Um, Not that I would wish that on anybody, but I do want to see the docu-series, the freaking documentary. I want to watch it all. I want to see what this guy was doing. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of there's a lot of
Sorry about that.
there's a lot of your top,
Big people, and I feel like with this, it's gonna just go downhill from there. A lot of more people are gonna be speaking out, and a lot of these people.
this was all predicted like five months ago by another she's like a astronomer person, or I don't know
Oh,
her,
really?
but like a person that like um does like tarot readings
So
and
like horoscopes and stuff like that.
yeah.
Okay.
So her name is Sloan Bella, I believe, or Sloan Bell or Sloan Bella. She predicted all of this like
What?
coming out in this time period, and it's insane that like
It
she
happens on time.
she was right on the money. So like it's just crazy times we're in. Um, Going back to the earthquake in Taiwan, there was another earthquake yesterday in Jersey.
Two.
Yeah, this is in the US, so this is in
Wow.
Jersey,
Hey.
like New York area. Jersey, I don't want to say New York because I'll get like slaughtered by the New Yorkers
Yeah.
for saying Jersey is New York, but it was a 4.8 magnitude, and
That's still high because I think
it's crazy.
how they measure them, I think it's called the Richter scale,
Yeah, Richter scale.
and 5 is their top. I think the last time I've read about the Richter scale, it goes from 1 to 5,
I think it's
and
like 5.8 or something.
okay, like the
5 point
max.
something. Yeah, yeah.
But the
So
max
like the one in Taiwan was in
just
immense.
immense.
Jersey, like what, a day or 2 days later,
Wow.
crazy.
You think that earthquake kind of like did a chain reaction to that other one?
Possibly. I
Because
mean,
I've
we don't
heard.
know, and like a lot of what would you call it, geologists, the people on the news, they're saying it's really rare for Jersey to have earthquakes. So we again, condolences to the people involved, hurt. I
Yeah.
wouldn't know what to do as a Texan if we had
I would run around in circles.
an earthquake. They say you just need to lay on the floor.
Mm.
I don't think I would do
I would not trust that either. They do like, wasn't it that bathtub thing?
That's
You
if
lay.
there's a hurricane, I think.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, they
okay.
taught us that in like elementary.
Yeah, where you lay in your bathtub, you put something
Make
over.
sure there's no windows and
Yeah, you stay away from windows and all that stuff. Since we don't
so
have earthquakes and we don't have.
we tend to have hurricanes,
Yeah.
and it's like every 4 or so years that we have bad ones. Thankfully, we haven't had any. But yeah, anything you want to add to that? I know like you're kind of into geology a lot,
Yeah, it's just.
and the weather and
Yeah.
water.
It's just seeing how violent it is. Just the fear goes through the screen to me, and I wouldn't know what to
Yeah.
do. Evacuation. I
Well,
know it's
they were
almost
saying that
impossible.
that possibly there's more to come.
Ooh.
So if that's the case, I mean, I don't know if that's like fear mongering. We don't know,
I
but
would just evac, and those lucky few that got out unscathed, I would make sure anybody friends, family, get out of that area. Because if they do predict more are to come,
it's kind of like a heads up, right?
it's kind of like a heads up because a lot of this weather, not just predictions, but forecast, is not really like just fake news. I know it's like.
Well, that's the thing is like nowadays, even with the bridge situation,
Well, it's a lot.
Yeah,
I know it's a lot of
it
like
was like
theories and speculation.
that's what I hate, like a situation like that that caused so much damage, not only to like the city of Baltimore, but the people that were driving on that bridge, the people involved in that incident alone, the person handling the ship that caused
Yeah,
it.
the
And
captain.
then you get online and everyone's like, "Oh, it's an inside job." This I
They're
feel like just
making.
just everything now has become so politicized, and sometimes there's people that make honest mistakes, and we
Yeah,
don't have to politicize everything. I
yeah.
think we need to get back to a point where we can just be human
We
and
look at the
not so
situation in like a realist.
look at it from a realistic point of view instead of just politicizing off the bat or assuming that everything's fake news, um, conspiring all these crazy theories. It's just we have to be a little more human at times. And these events and these horrific incidents are hopefully going to point us back into that direction to where we can sympathize, empathize, and be a little more human as opposed to just
Hmm.
off the bat
I feel like there will always be that small percentage with anything
of what.
of people making up their theories. There will always exist that percentage, and I feel like most of the people, not only that live around Baltimore or specifically,
Yeah.
is no, I mean like especially people in Baltimore and people around we're more sympathetic. There's a larger percentage of those people that are sympathetic. So I should feel like what I'm trying to say is we should be confident and that a lot of the percentage are sympathetic that do look at it as on a realist point of view and are not politicizing.
I mean, I feel like we up here at the Unposted Thoughts podcast, we try to keep a realistic and human approach to everything. We don't try to like really steer into politics.
Or even promote it.
We again, like, we're in Texas, so we're in a very heavy political area where everywhere you turn, everything's politicized. And I'm one of those, I mean, I don't want to sound corny, but I'm more of like an empath, right? So like I can relate to people on a personal level. I don't care what your political view is. I don't care, what you choose to do with your body, your time, your energy. I really don't care as long as it doesn't affect me.
Yeah,
But
you can still correlate with
I
like
can still empathize,
yeah,
and I know you're the same way.
yeah. I
I've
try to
I've
be
I've, I've seen you, live and in action. But yeah, so again, we up here we don't try to take that approach, but it's insane
but
because
this is just mind-boggling how what not only that they just do it, that they like politicize and theorize about it, but just at what extent and what kind of
like yeah,
ways.
at what extent, when does it stop? And like, dude, like some of the things on here, I'm just like, dude, you gotta be kidding. Like even with back to the bridge, like, oh, it's an inside job, this and that. It's like, dude,
Just give it a rest for a bit,
if
maybe.
if it were an inside job, like maybe things would have, happened, played out differently. I mean, I don't want to claim anything, right? Because we
Yeah,
don't know,
we
but
don't
it's
know
like
for sure.
worry about the lives that were involved, the people that were injured, the people that lost their lives, the families that lost loved ones, instead of just jumping to political man, you know? Um, but yeah, anything you want to add to that?
Just all these tragedies going on around. I just hope you say you
You just have to pray and
just checking with your loved ones.
yeah, check in with your loved ones. I'm always trying to check in with you.
Of course.
My mother, uh, anybody that I love and hold near and dear to me, always checking in. So it's just crazy where we're at right now.
Yeah. Well, changing the subject to a lighter note. So this event that's gonna go down in what 3 days? This
The
Monday.
eclipse.
Yeah, it's so heavy. But didn't we have one like last year or
I,
something like that,
I
or
think
early
in
this year?
20, I think it was last year, and then I know
Hmm.
we had another one in 2017.
Yeah, it's just like so. There's these eclipses, right? There's the 2017 one. There's the one from last year. Now there's this one.
Yeah.
But This eclipse, I've heard is supposed to hold so much more weight.
Well, it's a lot of people are email. A lot of people are on Instagram or like TikTok, wherever you get like your, information from. But there's a lot of people kind of pointing to like it being a biblical prophecy or
Yeah.
it being something more than just your normal eclipse.
That's how
And
I feel. It's just a normal eclipse.
I mean, if you do your research, you'll see a little bit of that. Now, do they scare you, eclipses? I mean, to me, it's like
Well,
worrisome.
so right off the bat, I've never fully experienced an eclipse, so I can't really say for sure. I was at work when the one last year happened, but it didn't fully happen. Like the sun was here, and the moon kind of covered the almost all of it because where we reside, the eclipse path doesn't really hit us as
Yeah,
fully.
it's only like a quarter of it.
Yeah,
Where are we? West?
I
Are
think
we
we're
Western
east.
Hemisphere?
Oh,
I want to say, I don't know, but we're on the Gulf Coast.
yeah, but so I can't really 100% say how it would make me feel, but it would be a little nerve wracking because I know it's not super. We're not used to just seeing the sun just zoom. You know,
I mean, yeah, that shit's
it's
crazy.
a little nerve wracking. It's a little unsettling, and but that's how I think it would make me feel a little unsettling watching it live, just like frozen. Just I wouldn't even have
Yeah.
my phone out to record it. It's just wearing the glasses, the little cardboard glasses they give you, and you just throw away.
Where do you get those?
Anywhere, I think if you go to a bookstore,
Oh, yeah, they sell them to you.
yeah, of course, out in like Amazon Prime, they're so
Capitalism that way.
well, in Amazon Prime, they have like the ones that actually have like a
A protection barrier?
not a protection barrier, but the frame is just actually something for
Plastic.
it's not.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's like plastic
It's
or
not
something.
cardboard, it's like an actual frame.
Yeah, and I would just be still.
Well, it's supposed to last 4.5 to 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Um, Again, there's some, I don't want to say truth, but I mean, there's some correlation to when these people say that it's a biblical prophecy. You can definitely see the
yeah, those
correlation.
theories that they do.
The
It's
the
because the
theories,
path.
I don't want to say they're like spot on, but there's some truth, some correlation again. And it's crazy. So I am not going to say that I'm excited to see the eclipse. I will be at work.
Yeah, I would. I'm not gonna attend it. Just work.
I wonder if we'll be able to see it. We're like right smack in the city.
So what's the path? I think my buddy is going all the way up to Austin to see this.
I have no idea, to tell you the truth. I
I
don't.
think it's like it's going Texas, kind of like the path is Texas. I think up to the Great Lakes. So it's kind of like you can already see a path which state's gonna affect. And I think another path was kind of going the opposite way, kind of for like maybe what?
That's the 2017 one.
Yeah,
So that's what
going the
that's what
opposite.
a lot of the stuff on social media that's circulating is they're saying it's like a perfect, well, not a perfect X,
Well,
but
like
it's
where
it's
they
an
meet,
X.
where they
So that
meet.
there's areas where they meet exactly, and again, am I excited? No. I wonder what it will look like from my building because I'm sitting in a fishbowl all day. It's a giant building made of glass,
Yeah, I just
and you can clearly see everything around you, almost 360. So
yeah.
it's crazy.
Like
And
I'm like you said, I'm not too excited, but I do say it's a beautiful event. I would love to attend one day. You know, I say it's like a beautiful, surreal event, definitely, because you're out in most likely a field. You don't want lights from buildings. You don't want lights. You just want to kind of isolate the event in a field with a bunch of people. I know it's crowd heavy, and just
yeah,
experiencing it. You're just there, frozen. I know some people do enjoy it. They're just like leisurely sitting because they've been to multiple.
I wonder if it'll be different, like here versus smack in the city,
Definitely.
because like we're what 40, 30, 40 minutes away from the city.
Oh, I think my
So I wonder
buddies.
if like here it will look different. I'm just saying I wonder because my wife will be, at the house. And again, like,
The difference between being here and then being at the job. That's what you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, I think there will be a smidge of difference because, 18 minutes would make a difference, but it's just the direction you're moving. I think you need to move east or west, kind of like 30 minutes plus to see a difference.
Yeah.
So, but
Um,
definitely if you do attend, you know,
yeah,
tell us your
definitely
experience.
if you attend, comment below, let us know what that was like. If you have any pictures, you can submit them to us. I mean, we'd love to see it, you know. Unfortunately, we won't be able to attend as some people, most people will. But again, submit photos. You can definitely hit us up in the Instagram DM at the Unposted Thoughts Podcast. Actually, at Unposted Thoughts Podcast, not the Unposted Thoughts Podcast.
You just slapped the out.
So it's at Unposted Thoughts Podcast. Anything you are excited for
Definitely just
besides the eclipse?
besides the eclipse.
I know you're gonna be out of town.
Yeah, I will be.
You'll be kind of handling business. It's not like a vacation,
Well,
but
with the business and going out of town, I will be excited to just revisit those
well,
old
you'll
times.
see some family, which is good.
Yeah, that's good. We're meeting, out of town, and where it is where we grew up.
Yeah.
We
So
spoke on
this
it
is
on a
where
previous episode.
I think on our first or second episode, it's a small town in Mexico. It's not in the city at all. It's like in the rural
It's like a
parts.
town. It's like a
It's
small
like a
town.
town with like 1,300 inhabitants,
Probably, yeah.
and take pictures.
I will, but we've been there.
I wanted to go. I mean, I haven't gone in like 5 years. I wanted
Yeah,
to
me
go.
neither. I haven't gone in like five.
I wanted to go so bad. I told my wife, I'm like, maybe we can drive up there, but it's hard for us, like with a new baby.
Yeah, work baby and just being here.
Yeah, work, baby, work, baby, work.
Work, 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 work.
Yeah, so I'm working a little too hard to take any downtime, but maybe hopefully I'm planning something for next month for my wife. Maybe hopefully you can tag along with us. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll let you know as soon as
Well,
I know.
if it's something like
It's in the US. It won't be
no,
going out of the
what I'm
country.
trying to say, if it's like an event more for like couples, I'm gonna let y'all shine together.
Well, it's a family thing. Now we don't do anything couple centered, unfortunately.
Yeah, I should shoot.
Well, fortunately, unfortunately. Honestly, it's a blessing, that we've been blessed and chosen to be my daughter's parents. I know like you can't relate, but I'm
I
sure
can't. But some
one
in the
day,
future,
one day you will understand.
yeah,
And I cannot wait until that day comes so I can
yeah,
just love and hug on your little
newborn
chunky baby.
was I think
I'm sure she'll be chunky because I remember when you were a baby, dude. You were,
I was pretty chunky.
yeah, you were chunky.
So I'm gonna do a quote from a movie on a specific character, and if I botch the quote, please do not flame me in the comments. Okay. So I think it's from Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda 1 or 2.
Hmm.
And I think he says, yesterday is history and tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a present. That's what they call it. Like, or today's a gift. That's why it's called the
The
present.
present.
So, like,
Beautiful quote.
yep. And it's just like, you you make life.
I thought you
You
were gonna
you
say a quote from Kung Fu Panda from the iconic Jack Black.
Yeah, but it's a perfect quote.
Yeah,
You,
that's like a timeless quote.
a lot of people are like,
So yeah, I don't know what we're doing next month or probably early June. I already let my boss know I'm gonna take some downtime.
you gotta let them know.
She's cool with it. So she's kind of planning her trip, her vacation around mine as well. So we might just shut down for a good few days.
Hmm.
I'm thinking, I don't know. I guess we'll agree on something, but I think my mom is gonna join too.
That's good. That's good.
Her husband, which is amazing. You,
The more the merrier.
if you can take the time, and then we'll see what we can do. I definitely want to keep it like very family friendly, family centered.
What I did enjoy was a March trip to Colorado.
That was epic.
Yeah.
Like there was no trip like that. Even my wife to this day says that was the best trip we've ever gone on. And we literally for the past like 3-4 years we would go to Mexico like 2-3 times a year.
Yeah.
And I love Mexico. But like that trip was the trip.
And it was my first trip, and it was just it blew me out of the water, you know.
It blew you out of the
Unfortunately,
snow.
out of the snow. Yeah, it's Colorado.
It blew you into the hot spring, into the nude hot spring.
It did. It did. Unfortunately, it was just 4 days.
This guy was like sitting in the hot spring, some like ladies, breast out,
Joined it. I'm like,
freaking legs wide open, just yeah, it was a good trip.
yeah.
Clearly we can't do something like that because I have to tend to my child.
Yeah.
But we'll see what we do.
Well, there's so much more events or things to do that are much more tame, like botanic.
Yeah, botanical gardens. Another thing I'm excited for, which is coming next month, May 9th.
I think I already know where you're getting to.
Is it your birthday?
Yes, not only that, but
So it's Johnny's birthday, May 9th, so you guys can definitely wish him a happy birthday, May 9th.
I'm gonna be 23.
I think it's a Thursday.
Yeah, I know. My birthdays always land midweek.
Let me check.
People that have their birthdays
Dude, how did I know? Maybe I've been eyeing this calendar for too long. May 9th is a Thursday.
People that have their birthdays on the weekends, you're lucky.
So Thursday, I'll try to spend some time. I'll leave work early so I could spend some time with you or something. Get you something for your birthday.
Do a little surprise early episode.
And then May 9th is also, drum roll,
Nikki's concert here in Houston.
Nikki's performance here at the Toyota Center. Part of her Pink Friday 2 World Tour, which has sold out in the US, which I'm like so proud. So I know like y'all think I'm like this like super Barb, and I may be.
No, you are.
Or like super.
No.
But you are. This like super fan, but like when you see your favorite artist go from like mixtape, dude, I was like 12, maybe.
When you started, or
no, maybe like 10 or 12, listening to Nikki's mixtape. Like it barely came out. I was like on Dat Piff streaming the mixtape.
No.
And like listening to like Click Clack, all these like old songs where she's like hardcore rapping. This was before the Pound the Alarm, before all those little pop songs, right? But yeah, it's amazing to see the growth and development of an artist, and
it's always like something like an event to see not only like a singer or a rapper and like just any artist.
I see her as more than that, like I don't know.
Yeah.
When you're the queen, like it ain't a rapper, it ain't a singer, it's
something else. So just something else in its entirety.
It's the Queen of Queens.
There you go.
But literally the Queen of Queens. She's from Queens, New York. But yeah, I'm excited. She just had 2 sold out shows at Madison Square Garden in New York, in her hometown. Crazy, like epic.
Of course,
to be at that like years into your career and still be
that successful,
still be at the top of your game, like
it just takes something like someone different with so much dedication, will, and creativity.
Dedication. So I'm excited. May 9th, it's not only this guy's birthday, but Nikki will be performing. I will be there at the performance. Thank God I got my ticket.
Yeah, don't pass out. Don't pass out during the performance. Is that? Yeah.
No, but thank God I got my ticket before they sold out. I do not want to pay, double, triple to get a crappy seat. So shout out to Nikki for selling out her US tour. Insane. Big nods to her. 50 Cent, since he lives in Houston, he's been on tour. He's been showing up. I think he showed up to like 3 of her shows. I'm almost certain he'll perform at the Houston show, which that's epic too. Um, so
That about wraps up, or what?
yeah, unless you want to add anything else you're excited for, ready for,
Well, anything beyond
eager to happen.
yeah, anything beyond next week, I'm just like, I'll get there when I get there, you know. Take it one week at a time, one week at a time, you know.
You remember The Incredibles when they're I think they're in the car. They're driving the van and then he's like, "Are we there yet?"
Oh yeah, yeah. That when they're kind of like
They're
driving
swerving
super fast.
and they're running away from
Hmm.
somebody and then he's like, "We get there when we get
Yeah,
there."
there you go. Exactly. We
Yeah.
get there when we get there.
Um, but yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely catch us next week for episode 9. You know, we appreciate the listeners. We've been at it for about 2 months,
Yeah.
a little over 2 months. We are grateful that, most of you guys continue to tune in, listen to us. We cannot wait to show you where this show is about to go to, the level we're going to take it to. This is kind of like our baby, our project. And with every episode, we kind of find things we want to fine tune,
We get more comfortable. We have
improve.
more elbow room and comfort.
Yeah, like Johnny said. So definitely stay tuned. Again, we thank you guys for tuning in, and God bless you.